Greetings, webheads, and welcome to episode 39 of Witty Banter, yet another Marvel Crisis Protocol podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Alex.
I'm David.
I like pizza.
Welcome
Are
back,
you fucking
Funny.
Ninja Turtle over there?
Welcome back, Funny Intros. We missed you. We are here to...
Multiplicity.
Okay. We are here to help you get better at and have more fun with your Crisis Protocol. So we're gonna do something that's incredibly on brand for us as a Spider-themed podcast. We are gonna do a review of the new webs that came out, but we've got a little bit of business to take care of first. First and most importantly, we have had two new Spider friends join the neighborhood. Will and Jonathan have gone to patreon.com/wittybantercast and become Spider Friends, which is going to set them up with some cool benefits, will help us out, and will be relevant for the giveaway that we are going to talk about here in just a moment. So, Jonathan, Will, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We appreciate all the Patreons who are supporting us. Thank you for that. One of the benefits for being a member is that you get entries into our giveaway. We haven't done this for a while, so it's time to get back on the horse on that. We're going to do this with two giveaways. We're going to give away the two spider boxes. So there are a number of different ways that you can get yourself eligible. If you are a itsy bitsy spider joining the Patreon for $1 a month, you get an entry. If you're a spider friend at $5 a month, you get 2 entries. And if you leave us a rating and a review on Spotify or Apple or whatever podcatcher of choice, you get an entry as well. You just need to send a screenshot to us at wittybantercast@gmail.com. So everybody can get in and join the fun, and we'll be giving away those 2 boxes next time we get together. We also want to talk about our local tournament that is coming up. Alex, you want to give a little more information about that?
I sure can. This is our second year of doing Brawlhalla. It is a standard challenger event. We'll be doing it November 15th, Saturday, November 15th. We like to do this one because we are lucky enough to be able to host it at our Gretna Legion VFW. All the tickets go to the venue as donations. It's a great way to donate back to our soldiers and our military and veterans of foreign war. You know, it's just a great way to raise money to give back a little bit. It'll be minimum 3 rounds. If we need to go 4 or more, we'll find out. Just depends on how many people we get. Chess clocks will be in effect. And what else am I missing? Oh, there will be booze. You can buy booze. There will be beer and good times to be had. There's one more thing I was going to mention. I totally blanked.
We know yet if it's an LVO qualifier.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, I did get confirmation. It is an LVO qualifier now.
Let's go.
Sweet.
All right. So, webheads, if y'all are anywhere near the Omaha area or have access to a car or quite honestly a plane, because come on, it's not that hard. Come and join us. Come and play in Brawlhalla with us. We'd love to see you. All right.
I think Patrick is I think he said he was going to, but if you're a Patreon and can show up, he'll buy you a beer.
Heck yeah. I'm not sure how I am the one that got on the hook for that, but I'll go with it. Sure.
You did it last year.
I probably did. I can barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So you guys, I will totally take your word for that. And if you're a Patreon and you're a Brawlhalla, I am totally buying you a beer. So, I mean, what more reason could you have to spend $500 on an airline to come and join us? I think that'd be great. All right, so let's get into the new characters. AMG we went months and months and months, felt like, without any kind of updates, and then we got like all of them in a 48-hour period. So we got a whole bunch to talk about. We have the two boxes. We have Silk, Spider-Ham, and Spider-Man Noir. And then we have Prowler, Spider-Man 2099, and Ultimate Spider-Man. We covered Spider-Ham and 2099 when they were first spoiled. So we're not going to do as in-depth of coverage on those two. So let's just give kind of a quick refresher course on what we think of those two characters. David, you want to start with just kind of your general thoughts about Spider-Ham?
I think Spider-Ham's pretty good. I think he's only a web, right? But he is a 2-threat. So, I mean, that's good. DR on a 2-threat's good. He can reroll his attacks. I mean, like, he's kind of crazy, honestly. Like, if he can hit the triggers on those things on his gainer, it's pretty stupid. He's got a builder that shocks, right? Or a gainer that shocks. It's like range. Is it range 3 or 4?
I don't think he has any builders. I think it's all gainers.
Yeah,
he's all gainers.
Well, and
the range 4 doesn't even give power, I don't think.
That's correct. It just hands out.
Okay.
It just hands out shock on a wild.
Okay. It's still good. I mean, he can stagger on his spender, which, I mean, it's difficult to do, but it might come up. I like Spider-Ham.
All they've got to do, the stagger, the defender has to have shock and stun, and he can hand out both shock and stun.
Yeah, he can.
It's auto. You don't have to do damage. You don't have to do anything. You just walk up and hit. You walk up and you hit Apocalypse with an outrageously oversized cartoon hammer, and he's staggered.
Isn't he immune to stun? Isn't Apoc immune to stun?
Oh, he probably is. That's
He
true.
is, yeah.
That's true.
So then, yeah. So he can't get staggered.
That's fair. You walk up to whatever kaiju isn't immune to shock and stun.
I mean, I guess Ham has attacks, but they're whatever. I don't know if they're really a reason to take the character. He's definitely a good point setter with his DR and his rerolls, and he's like size 1, so he can get cover pretty easily. He's a terrible extra holder.
Yeah, he's kind of the mirror image of Toad in some ways. He's, if Toad's extract grabber, he's kind of the point setter.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And his other thing is like he has a coin flip displacement. So at range 4, I believe, is that right?
Yes.
It's like, so I mean, there's not a 2-threat right now that has displacement. Right, because they took it away from Toad. I think he was the only one who had displacement at like across all the 2s. Now there were none, so I think
I believe Rocket has displacement.
I suppose in like a really weird roundabout way, but it's not like you can't be like, I want to displace that target.
Yeah, it's not reliable.
It's like I have to have a target next to the target that I want to displace, and I have to have 4 power, and I need to roll a wild. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of boxes you have to check before you can even get there.
Yeah, you're not using Hadron Enforcer for displacement.
Yeah, so like Ham having coin flip on her size 3, just like I get to displace you, is pretty good. Especially on a 2. So I think he's gonna have like a point sitter / sometimes useful displacement type role. And I mean, he'll attack here and there, but like you're not taking him for attacks.
Yep. Alex, any thoughts on Spider-Ham?
I like him. He seems fun. He'll be great for Web Warriors. I know people bitch about him because like they're gonna bitch about how Webs didn't need an affiliated to whatever. Who fucking cares? At this point, like I haven't come across anything busted since Thor 2, and you see what they did to that poor son of a bitch.
All right, so the other one that we talked about before, so we'll just kind of briefly go over, is Spider-Man 2099. Alex, I'm going to start with you because this is your guy. What do you think of 2099?
Fucking love him. I'm sad that he's 6 health on the back, but I guess they had to do something not to make him not a complete monster. At least I think he's a monster. In a good way though. Like I think he's totally badass. Uh, he's got just such a utility belt of things he can do. It's very hard to not do things with him. I feel the getting power off of crits is super nice. His rerolls are really good. The fact that he can place himself, like he's got fallback built into his kit. Um, he's really good. I really like him. He ignores stealth, so he can try to get his pursuit off very quickly and get up there, try to and like web whip people. I like him. He's been super fun to play.
JP, what do you think about Miguel?
I mean, they definitely kind of showed their hand on the new the new Web Warriors box with Miguel, being that he's like, he's got to be the fightiest Web Warrior we've had. I mean, I guess you could argue Agent Venom, but I mean, Miguel obviously does it better because he's a 5 threat, but like historically, Web Warriors have not been all about the fighting, so he definitely fights, and yeah, I like his kit. It's cool. I haven't put him on the table, so I don't know exactly how he works. Like, I haven't played against him too much. I know, like, Alex has been proxying him, but I haven't really. I don't know. I don't even know if I've had a game against Alex where he used him. I don't think we have played one.
No, we haven't.
So I haven't actually experienced a game with him in it. I do, man. I wish they would quit putting hit pursuit triggers on 5 threats. It just feels really bad. Because that's like his only form. It's his only form of action economy outside of Web Whip, but Web Whip's kind of weird because you have to be within range 3 to use it. So it's like, it's not a web swing, that's for sure. Obviously, it's a displacement built in, but so it's a completely different animal. But you would prefer your fighty 5 threats to have some sort of action economy that didn't bank on like hitting a hit trigger on a kind of shitty subpar attack that's taking one of your actions anyway. Other than that, I think he's pretty cool.
What 5 threats have a pursuit?
Angela.
And Namor, but Namor's is automatic.
Namor, but his is auto.
Sure. I mean, I don't like having pursuit hit trigger in general is kind of crappy, even on 4 threats, but on 5 threats, it's just like it's a physical attack for 5 dice on a 5 threat, and you need a hit to get the
I'm just saying,
to get the effect you. No, I'm just like, and you need a hit to get the effect you want. It's a bad attack, and you're still banking on the hit trigger, which on 5 dice, it's like likely that you get it, but you're still rolling dice. And if you're setting up a sequence of actions that is predicated on getting the pursuit trigger and you don't get it, you're gonna have a really bad feeling activation. Because like you're gonna have to move to do anything else aside from doing another web shot, I guess. But doing double web shot with a 5 threat feels kind of bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's not great.
Any other thoughts on 2099, David?
I mean, a 6 dice builder with Pierce is legit. Like, and him having healing plus healing factor, like that's pretty good. His fallback thing, or I guess he could go towards people because he just places, right?
Yeah, it's any direction.
It's pretty good. I like that a lot. Like,
it's really good.
You could use it to like engage people or disengage. Like, it's definitely.
Well, you can use it.
A lot of use for it.
You can hop in, like you can, if you're within range 2, you can hop out of range 2 into cover because it's during the modified dice step. So you can actually use this, hop into cover, and then gain cover, and then modify a die for the cover. in addition to the rerolls. So it's a very good defensive ability. The other thing on this card that I think is kind of a joke is he ignores stealth.
Yeah, it's literally
Because
just for his pursuit trigger.
it's for his shitty attack that I just bitched out. Like, that's the only thing that it affects. Everything else is range 3, so it doesn't matter. So that's kind of weird, but whatever. It's better than not having it on the card, I suppose. But
All right, so we'll pick up their tactics cards when we do the tactics cards at kind of the end of things. So let's get into the new characters that we want to review. Let's start with Spider-Man Noir. His alter ego is Peter Parker, Earth 90214. He's got 3 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic, 5 health. He's a 3 threat, size 2, moves medium. His stats don't change on the back. So he's total of 10 health. David, anything with regards to his stats that jump out at you?
I mean, it's just generic 3 threat, right? Like, there's not nothing there.
Yeah, and
this is like the 3 threat web template, basically.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Well, he seems if you read just that, he seems pretty fragile, but I think as we get into his card, we'll see that it's a little different. He's got 2 attacks. His builder is the old 1/2. It's range 3, 4 dice, gets power equal to damage dealt. If he's already attacked a character during his activation, he gets to add 3 dice. And on a wild hit, he gets elusive, where he can advance short. His spender is physical, crime fighting arsenal. It's a beam 4, 5 dice, costs 3 power. After each attack is resolved, if it dealt damage, the defender gets the slow and shock special conditions. JP, what do you think of Noir's attacks?
I mean, I don't know if I love him. So his normal attack's only range 3, which is better than range 2, but a lot of the better web warriors have range 4, or they have, and I'm kind of like spoiling his lack of superpowers, but they'll have like a web swing or something. So just like double punching with this guy is, I don't know. Is that good? Maybe? I don't know. The beam's 5 dice physical. Like, sure, I guess. You're paying 3 power for it though. I don't know. I don't love it. Like it's like giving them the conditions, it requires damage, and you're throwing 5 dice physical. Like, I don't know. The stocks are down on beams anyway. And yeah, I mean it's beam 4, which is always good. But it's not an impressive attack suite, I don't think. Having elusive on a 4 dice attack isn't great. Like obviously it goes to 7 on the second attack, but I don't know.
And he's got to get a wild and a hit to get the elusive.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super impressed with these attacks. I don't see him being like, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I think that's going to be a theme for me for this whole card. That I don't know exactly what this guy's doing.
All right, so he's got 4 superpowers. His active is hit the pavement, costs 2. He chooses an interactive terrain feature of size 2 or less, and within 3, throws it medium once per turn. His reactive is inured to pain, costs power. If he would suffer a damage, he uses his superpower, reduce the damage suffered by 1. Note that it does not say to a minimum of 1. And it says would suffer damage at any way. So he's got Bill's damage reduction. And then he's got 2 innates. He's got Spider Sense. If he's defending against a physical or a energy attack or making a dodge roll, he can reroll up to 2 defense or dodge dice. And he's a wall crawler, because of course he is. Alex, what jumps out at you with his superpowers?
The DR definitely jumps out. It's super nice. Not to say it's the best thing in the world, but I mean, DR is DR. I don't think there's ever a situation where DR is bad, especially reduced to 0. Um,
Well, and
I don't hate
side note,
the
it's
throw.
not. It's it doesn't say enemy effect either, so he can reduce like
Uh-uh.
cube damage and
Yep.
Cube
prices
damage, Madman, bleed.
bleed. Yeah,
So I mean, it's super nice. Like I don't hate the DR on him. I just like, I don't know. He's fine. The superpowers aren't bad. I really wish that throw was a character throw included. Um, and then spider senses can't go wrong with that. But yeah, the throw could definitely be better if it was a character throw.
So, David, let's go to the question JP raised. What does this guy do? I mean, why would you, apart from the fact that he looks awesome, because he looks awesome, why would you put him on the table?
I could see a Web Warrior roster where you bring this guy in case you get something like cubes or any of the crisis where they damage you, because having the ability to damage reduce is just good. And I mean, you're gonna be wanting to play him on crisis where he can like kind of stand on a point, I guess, but I just don't know if that's. I mean, it's definitely not the Web's game plan, right? They want to be trying to rotate on you, and this guy does none of that. So, yeah, I'm with JP. I don't know what he's doing exactly. I mean, I guess he can have. I mean, you could have a really stupid webbed up turn where you're like, I beam for 7 and I throw a 9 dice builder at you. I mean, I guess there's that, but I don't know. It seems not great because he's probably not going to be able to like line up to get where he can beam somebody and punch and be in range to punch them too. So I don't know.
Well, I think we probably should talk about his tactics card with the character because I think on all of these it probably makes some sense. His tactics card is Spider Sleuth. It's unaffiliated, reactive. During the first power phase, an allied Spider-Man Noir may play the card. When the card is played, set it near the battlefield. It's basically got two elements. It's gathering evidence. If the card is played, if an enemy character is within 3 of an allied non-dazed Spider-Man Noir character interacts with an objective token, you put an evidence token on the card. There's asking questions. If the card has been played when an allied Spider-Man Noir dazes or KOs an enemy character, put 1 confession token on the card. During any cleanup phase, if Noir is not dazed or KO'd, and you remove 3 evidence tokens and a confession token from the card, you get 2 VPs. So is this good, JP?
Sorry, I was ferociously masturbating. What were you reading?
Oh, good God, you are not going to make me read that again. That is simply not going to happen. I will not allow it.
I mean, that was too many words. I remember reading it.
Goldberg Batman.
I couldn't comprehend what you just said. I remember reading it though and thinking it was bad, so I'm gonna go with past me's opinion of it. There's just too much. Well, you're taking a card slot for it. It's attached to a 3 threat. And the 3 threat has to live for all the things to make it. It's for all the prerequisites to be met. So I don't know. I just okay, and it results in 2 VPs. Okay, so webs like VPs. That's kind of their thing, but it feels like bait. I don't think it's good.
So let's kind of give a final verdict on where we see Noir, what he could be useful for, and how we're looking. Alex, what do you think?
He's fine. You take him if you want to have fun with him. And like if he's one of your favorite characters. I don't think he, like, if we're talking competitive wise, I don't think he makes a Webs roster.
David, how about you?
He's only affiliated Webs, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, the Webs have some of the best affiliated threes in the game. Like, I just don't see where this guy makes any, like, I guess he's probably slightly better than Moon Knight, but I don't know.
JP,
I don't think he's great.
JP, I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say, but if you were gonna find a home for Noir, what would you think to do with him?
Well, I think Inured to Pain is one of the best superpowers, kind of like the general superpowers that aren't like custom made for characters. Like, I guess I'm referring to like some of the probably more premium characters that get like special superpowers made just for them. Like Inured to Pain is just like a base level superpower, is probably one of the best. I mean, I'm having a hard time thinking of better ones. Inured to Pain is just ridiculous. Spider Sense is also very good. The two of them in combination are very, very good. And then his Hit the Pavement. That's a really good superpower, actually. I just don't like. I just like if you compare it to Cage's superpower, it's twice the range, and he gets to throw it medium. Not that Cage's superpower is like good. I mean, it's fine. Like Cage actually uses that superpower quite a bit. But like in comparison, it's way better. I mean, it's basically 3 damage, which is like kind of like a 5 dice attack. At range 3 for 2 power. Or I guess it's at medium range for 2 power, and then he can grab it from range 3, which is good. Like sometimes Cage has an issue like actually grabbing the terrain. Extending the range on it is very, very good. However, he's a Web Warrior. I don't know, unless Web Warriors like radically change their game plan, which is, I guess we can get into a discussion on that later. I don't see where this guy, like, he's a medium mover. He does have wall crawler. He's got that. But he's a medium mover with no action economy. Aside from a double trigger elusive on his 4 dice builder. So he's like very uncharacteristically slow for a Web Warrior. He's like Moon Knight level slow. And I like he has no displacement. And the other guys were kind of hitting on that earlier. Like if the Hit the Pavement displaced a character, yeah, I would consider him for sure. Because like his superpowers are actually really good. The fact that he has no displacement and his attacks are kind of meh, and like he's basically a potato for Webs. I don't know if Webs want a potato. Like I guess if there's like a midline grab that they need to get and they don't have a safe grab, I don't know. It's just, and do you put him in a roster? Do you have him eat up a slot just for something like that? I don't like him. It sucks because I feel like he could have been, with like a slight tweak, he could have been a contender, but in this iteration, I don't see it.
Okay, so the other character in that box that we haven't talked about yet is Silk, alias Cindy Moon. She has 4 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic. She's a 4 threat, 6 health on her front, 5 on her back. She is a size 2 and she moves long. JP, initial thoughts just on her stats.
I mean, long mover, 6 health. It's good. 4 physical is always good. Yeah. Long mover is always a good start. Long movers are very, very good.
She has 3 attacks. First is a physical, Spider Strike. It's a range 3, 5 dice builder. On a wild, she pushes. If the defender's size 2 or less, she pushes it short. She has fingertip spinnerets, beam 3, 5 dice. After each attack is resolved, she gains a power, and she puts on a wild, she puts out slow. Then the third, her spender, is the Spectacular Spinning Jenny. Area 2, 7 dice, cost 5. After each attack is resolved, the defender is pushed towards the character short, no size restriction. After all attacks generated by this attack have been resolved, place this character within 3 of itself. Alex, what do you think of Silk's attack suite?
It's super good. I really like it. It plays with her kit a lot. Mainly with like all the slows and the pushing. It works very well with ASM's leadership, which about damn time a web warrior can do that. It's just super solid. I really like her kit. A gainer beamer is always good. That Spender, God, that Spender is so fucking good. A restricted, like a non-restricted push, so good. And
And
then
and
that place,
and area too, so you
yeah,
can likely catch, at least potentially catch 2 or maybe 3 on a tight map. That's a lot of displacement.
it is. The only downside to it, it's 5 power. A little
Yes.
expensive.
She has 4 superpowers. She's reactive, caught in the web, costs 2 power. When an enemy character ends a movement within 3 of this character may use this superpower, roll 4 dice. The enemy suffers a damage for each crit and wild result rolled. If the superpower dealt 1 or more damage, this character may advance short. Then she's got 3 innate. Silk Sense, when she's defending or making a dodge roll, she rerolls up to 2 of its defense or dodge dice, including skulls. Web of the Bride, when an enemy character with slow condition ends a movement within 3 of her, she gets a power. And Wall Crawler. David, what do you think about her superpowers?
I really quite like these. Mostly because there's just a lot of, like, she can do stuff like, if an enemy ends a movement within 3 of her, she can gain a power if they have slow, and then she can use that power to caught in the web. She can also, I believe, well, she would do it anyway, but she could also like pull people into her and then trap them and gain a power, and I mean, reroll 2 dice and you get to modify skulls naturally is really good. Like,
Right. So the pull on her spender, she could then trigger her trap off the or excuse me, yeah, off the spender. She could trigger her trap
Yeah.
off of that, right?
yes, and she can trigger it off of her. She can trigger it off her builder or her spender, and she can. And if they're slowed, she just gains like synergy. Her synergy with other characters that can slow as well are. I think she's pretty good. Like, I really like being able to like push people and then gain a bunch of power and then be able to place. Like, it's pretty good. You just gotta have people that are slowed, which, I mean, she can do that.
She kind of
as we've seen with Noir. Noir can slow. Not that, I mean, we decided that Noir's not what webs want to do, but I mean, you could. It is an option there. She can web up people and then pull them and then get power, which is also cool. Yeah, I like a lot. I like her whole kit. I think she's really cool.
So JP, what are your overall thoughts about Silk? Where do you see her fitting in? What do you see her role on the table to be?
That's a very good question.
That's what I'm here for.
Like, AMG's obviously pushing webs into a more fighty direction. She is definitely kind of a skirmisher type character. She doesn't interact with extracts at all. Caught in the web, I suppose, could be kind of like make her kind of like a slippery type extract carrier. depending on your opponent's team comp. She's only correct me if I'm wrong. She's only the third character who has this superpower, right? It was Mysterio, Cassandra Nova, and Silk.
With
Yes.
the
Well-
move away, yeah.
Yeah, where they move themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because I don't.
And like Shadow King moves himself,
Yep.
or moves
And-
the character.
Yep.
And
not
Rocket
himself.
just does damage. He doesn't.
Yeah, he
do-
doesn't have the other half. So
Electro just does damage too, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
it's kind of an interesting superpower, in the fact that I don't think a lot of people are very used to playing against it because it's such a rare inclusion on character cards. It does just innately stuff range 2 attacks. Just completely laughs at him if you can hit the Wilder crit. But if you get used to playing against the superpower, I think it gets less good. Just because most people in this game, most people play this game maximizing ranges, and that includes attack ranges. So if they have a range 2 attacker, they will place themselves within range 2 of you. Exactly. They'll get out their stick and they'll put it in it'll be an exact measurement and they'll maximize their range. With this superpower, it punishes that. But if you base to base her, and you're not a range 2 attacker, you still can attack her. Like, she can't get... I guess she doesn't have stealth either. Everyone else who had this has stealth. Let me rethink my answer then. Because it doesn't really... It still applies, though, I suppose. Like, if you can get base to base with her, and she uses a superpower and you're a range 3 character, you can still hit her. So she has less of evasive capabilities the more you play around the superpower. It's interesting. This is going to be kind of a common line through this box too. Like we mentioned with Spider-Man 2099, he's got that, I don't remember the superpower, but the one that lets him place to reroll defense, including skulls. There's a commonality with a lot of these characters where they can reroll skulls as part of a reroll superpower, which is kind of like transplanting Miles's leadership onto characters themselves. So it feels like there's like kind of a slight nudge by AMG to make people play non-Miles led Web Warriors,
Or at least make it so you don't feel compelled to take Miles as a leader.
Maybe that too. But also Silk plays nicely with ASM's leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get to, if they have slow on them already and you pay 1 power to place them, I think do you still get the power before you remove the slow? I think you do.
I think you do.
Right?
Because of the wording on it. I believe you do.
Because it says
Because
you place them
You would gain
within
the
1
power.
and then remove
Yeah, the slow.
the slow.
Well, once you place them, she would gain a power because there's
It would trigger the superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you could pay 1, place them, get the power back, which is kind of cool. It's also just a leadership that can load your opponents up with slow very quickly. And then you can just play a slow, like being slow on maps really sucks. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see how she interacts with like the map setups. Like obviously, like I said before, like the stocks and the beams are down. I think the spinnerets is going to like be her go-to attack. The Spider Strike's nice, but it's like a shitty impact web. It is omnidirectional push though, which is kind of cool. But it's only size 2. The spinnerets are going to be money when she hits them. Like it's just like 5 dice beams are good with wild slow. And like the spender is just crazy. The spender's pretty insane. I don't know. She's definitely fighty, kind of a skirmishy, like kind of a brawler. We'll have to see. Like webs have like historically just been scenario play, so I'm very curious to see what these kind of skirmishing, agile. Like there's like some. I guess Spider-Man 2099's medium move, so he's not like super fast, but like Silk's fast. And Miles. Well, we haven't gotten to him yet, but it'll be interesting. I don't know. I honestly I can't really give my opinion on it, but I will be interested to see. I think she has potential. I think her kit's pretty cool. In a competitive way, theoretically. But I'm gonna have to see how it plays out in reality.
Yeah, I think when we're finished going through everything, I think it's probably worth a conversation about kind of how these characters can shake up the Web Warriors affiliation. Let me go over her tactics cards. It's Spider Totem the Bride. It's an unaffiliated reactive. During the power phase, Silk can play 2 power to play the card until the next cleanup phase. When Silk targets an enemy character with an attack, she can change the attack's type to Mystic. Once per round before the cleanup phase, when this character or another allied character is attacking or defending, during the modified dice step, the character may re-roll all of its attack or defense dice. So, Alex, is this any good?
Like it. I don't hate it. It's pretty solid, I feel. A once per turn, or I guess it's a one-time strange reroll. That's pretty good for 2 power. I don't know if it was just that. I don't think it would be good, but being able to change the attack to Mystic, super good. I think it's fine for 2 power.
And she gets both of those. So if she plays the card, she can do the Mystic change and get the reroll.
Yeah, and the reroll's nice because it's any allied model. It's not just her.
Yep, I was thinking that too. So David, taking the tactics card into account, what do you think of Silk?
I really like Silk. Like, when JP mentioned ASM's leadership, like her ability to like, if she can use ASM's leadership to play someone and then traps them and then walk somewhere else and then do some other stuff, that's really good. Like she can, if her activation is just, I'm gonna move up to you and I'm gonna spender you and then pull you around and then move, 3 and then traps somebody that moved, I get to play, or I get to move short again. So it's like I get to move long. I'm gonna push all these models and then I'm gonna place 3 and then I'm gonna move short. Like that is an insane amount of movement.
Yeah, she kind of feels like Ghost Spider's ability to move, reshape the board, except she can also punch.
That kind of reminded me when Dave was talking. I wanted to touch on, like, what do you guys think is their ideal play pattern? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious, but I feel like there's some issues with it.
Yeah, I mean, she wants to be trying to slow people, and I don't know.
I think the issue is lining up the beam, right?
Yeah, that's going to be the issue. It's probably going to be a lot of her activations are probably just going to be like move beam, maybe, I don't know. And then she's going to have one activation where she just does a bunch of shit and you're like, holy fuck.
You look at the card and you're like, okay, well, if I can beam them, if I can get 3 people in the beam, hit them with slow, and then do the spender, because I gain 3 power, and then pull them toward me, and then gain more power, that'd be cool. But it's like, to line up the beam, she doesn't have any kind of web swing or anything, so you kind of have to rely on them triggering caught in the web to like move somewhere into position for it. Or I guess you could use ASM's thing to like remove the slow and get them into the beam and hope to like re-slow them with the beam. I don't know. I just feel like it might not play out as smoothly on the table as you might imagine in your mind. I guess it's still fine to move and beam, but I don't know if that feels great for a 4th threat. I don't know. Like I said, this character's interesting to me. I want to see her on the table because it's very hard for me to judge it, but I do like the attack suite. I just don't know. It just seems like it's going to be a little harder to have like an ideal sequence for her. I could be wrong,
it's
but
gonna be hard for her to line up those beams, and then on top of it, like if you're gonna line up those beams, are you gonna have a good spender that's getting more than 2 people? That's just gonna be hard to pull off.
yeah. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about her, which is a good point, is I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong again. I believe she's the only web warrior that has a beam outside of Noir.
And
But her beam costs.
AV.
Okay, AV. You're right. Okay. So I guess her advantage is that it's a 0 cost beam. So having 7 dice 0 cost beams is pretty good in the right circumstances. She could just pop off out of nowhere. You know what I mean? There's a constant threat, and the web up. Like her character card has so much synergy with webbed up. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But like 2 7 dice beams on web up. I don't know. That could be good. That could be good for sure.
Well, and if she has a bunch of power, right? Like she could theoretically like spender someone, like spender like 2 or 3 characters, and then push them all, and then trap them all, and move a bunch.
Yeah, I suppose you could, because you're gonna be getting some decent power from the beams if you're getting multiple characters in it. And I mean, I guess if you're playing ASM and you if you pop webbed up and you pay 1 to port somebody into the beam, and then you gain a power from that, and then you beam like 7 dice, like it's a decent chance you roll the wild again. And then like going into like a 9 dice spender could be pretty good too.
Yeah, that does.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
The webbed up possibilities are pretty cool with her. Anyway, let's carry on.
Right, so let's move to the last of our web warriors. It is Ultimate Spider-Man. It is Miles Morales. He's got 4 physical, 4 energy, 3 mystic, 6 health on his front, 5 on his back. He is size 2. He is a 4 threat, and he is a long mover. Alex, what do you think about his stats?
They're great. I think they're good. It's very ASM like. I think it's good. Excuse me. I think ASM's got 4 mystic, but still,
He does not.
I thought
This is exactly ASM's stat line.
Okay, I'm not crazy then.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, ASM's good. The stat line's the exact same. It's good. The only difference is Miles is on a small base instead of a medium base, but let's be honest, that's probably a good thing for the game. I think he's good. I think it's good. Solid, super solid. And I mean, it's solid because of what we're going to get into with more of his character, but it's good.
So let's do his attacks. He's got 3. His builder is physical attack, swinging strike. 3 range 3, 5 dice, power equal to damage dealt. On a wild, he gets web up. The defender gets the slow special condition, and then if he's size 3 or less, it gets pushed towards Miles short, size unlimited. His second attack is a gainer. It's an energy stun web, range 4, 4 dice. Gain a power after the attack is resolved. If the attack deals damage, the defender gets stun. And then his spender is an energy, Mastered Venom Blast. Range 2, 8 dice, cost 4 power. Before damage is dealt, the defender gets shock and stun. And then on a wild, he gets Electric Arc. After the attack is resolved, choose a number of other enemy characters within 3 of this character equal to or less than the number of wilds rolled in the attack. The chosen characters suffer 2 damage. David, what do you think of Ultimate Miles' attack suite?
I think his attacks are really fucking awesome. I will say that on his swinging strike, this has come up in the webs thing on Discord.
Okay.
So if you don't apply slow, then you can't push the character towards you. So, like, if they already have slow, you don't apply slow, so then you don't get to push them. So that's a thought. Or if they're
sucks.
It does.
Yeah, it does kind of suck.
Especially since slows are going to be all over the board, it seems like, with these characters.
Well, and I question if that is what AMG intended to do. I assume somebody's going to put the question on the forums to find out the actual ruling, but the way it looks, it's like Bucky's thing. So if you don't slow, you don't get to push.
So even if the character already has a status condition, they can't gain it again. Is that the rationale?
Yeah, you can't gain it again.
Okay.
All the more reason to play ASM, right? Remove the slow.
Yeah, I do like the idea of that. His gainer is, it stuns and range 4. Like, that's pretty good. And it's energy.
If you do damage.
Yeah, it's 4 dice. It is energy. He'll use it. He'll definitely be using this. His spender is ridiculous. Like, before damage is dealt, shock and stun, and he can plink 2 damage. Like if he can, if you can like web up and not have to spend Miles' power to do it, and he can double spender, like, it's gonna be stupid. Like, 2 10 dice energy attacks that like wilds just randomly throw 2 damage on other characters. Like, that's fucking good.
So if you're double spendering, you could be just putting 4 damage on a character.
You could be putting 4 damage on multiple characters.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. Yeah, I like his attacks. I think they're really good. The kidnap is real, right? Like, well, we haven't gotten into his superpowers, but
let's do that now. He's got 4 superpowers. Active is web swing, costs 2. Place this character within 3 of its current position. The next time it makes a swinging strike attack, add 2 dice to the attack roll. Only usable once per turn. He's got a reactive. You did you. Now I'm gonna do my thing. Cost 2. After an attack targeting this character is resolved, the character may use the superpower. The character advances towards the character short. Then, if the attacker is within 2, the character may make a swinging strike attack targeting it. Only used once per turn. Innate Ultimate Spider Sense. The character can re-roll skull results in its defense and dodge roll, and the character may re-roll up to 2 of its defense or dodge dice. And he has Stealth and Wall Crawler. JP, what do you think of Ultimate's superpower suite?
Well, he still maintains the best web swing in the game, for whatever reason. He should probably have it, arguably. Like, the 3-threat one is kind of busted, but we're not talking about him. Let's see. The clapback's fine. Like, it could be... The fact that his strike has a short push on it is pretty crazy. Like, I don't think there's any reactive attacking correct me if I'm wrong again. I don't think there's any reactive attacking superpower that has the opportunity to displace the attacker during the activation. Is that... Am I right?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I have to think about it.
What the fuck is her name? Silver Sable. I think you can reactively attack and push people with her thing, but it's not the same. It's like if you have an objective and you've attacked somebody within whatever range of her, and then she can do it.
So without having looked at the card, I'm going to concede that you're technically right, but I'm going to also ask who is Silver Sable?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just gonna ask that too.
She is a web warrior, though, so I'm being...
Yeah, that's fair. But, like, being able to displace somebody on their activation is kind of bonkers. Like, that can totally fuck the game plan up.
Yeah, it really can.
It's going to surprisingly end in basically a stagger like the equivalent of a stagger, because they're going to want to move back onto the point a lot of times. So it's like, okay, I just staggered your ass. Or if they move to a point and then punch you, and then you're like, okay, I punch you back and you're off the point now. Like, that's just brutal. That's going to be kind of ridiculous.
Well, and most characters aren't going to have any like recourse against that, right? Like even somebody with aggressive, right? If you pull them towards you, they have to move towards you.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to mind your spacing there, but he has a range 3, and I guess he has to advance toward them. He can't advance away. So, yeah, I guess if they maximize like range 2 on you, then you could like pull them directly into you so that like the back of their base overlaps yours, so they have to back out to the front of you and then aggressive toward you, and it won't work. But if you do it to like the side or something, they'll be able to probably aggressive back onto the point. I'd have to actually like sit down with a map, but I'm pretty sure they could get back on. But that's if you do damage too, right?
Yeah.
Like you could web them up without having done damage, so there's always that. Let's see. Ultimate Spider Sense is I mean, it's again like kind of how I was alluding to earlier. Like they're just slapping old Miles leadership onto all these new characters, which is cool. The redundancy makes me think that maybe, well, obviously here you wouldn't be able to take it with Miles because he is Miles. Maybe I don't know. Like losing that part of the kit on Silk, I don't know if is that big of a deal. Like, okay, sure, like there's a redundancy there. It doesn't really matter because still good, and she has plenty of other things to make her valid. But there was a slight nudge from AMG to get us one.
I also like that he can reroll Mystic with this.
That's just what I was gonna say. He can reroll Mystic, and Silk can also reroll Mystic. So we're kind of seeing a new wave of Spider Sense where they're not really vulnerable to the Mystic attacks like previous Webs teams kind of were. I mean, at least Spectacular and Miles, right? Which were pretty much mainstays at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure Spectacular is pretty much nudged out ASM, except in like niche circumstances, and Miles is like the de facto leader. So you pretty much always have like kind of two characters who are vulnerable to Mystic. And then like Stealth and Wallcrawler, they're great superpowers. Like Miles has a great kit, and I think AMG did a good job, like kind of with this new box offering having like the same alter ego. I feel like it was kind of a miss on some of their other boxes. I'll give you an example, like Black Bolt 2. Like, what are you like? You're not going to take him. You can play Bolt 1 because he kind of defines the affiliation. But Miles wins defines the affiliation because your only alternative is, and Miles is such a good package for a 3 that you like, and his leadership kind of lends itself to the Web's game plan a lot better than ASM's. Like ASM's is good, but you pay power. Webs are kind of like greedy with their power anyway, and like being able to reroll skulls on your spider senses, and then you get the reroll from the leadership. Like it's just good. But like they're kind of grafting that part, the reroll skulls, onto all these characters and giving them spider sense and giving them like the spider sense against Mystic. So it's like definitely more I guess more of a valid option to like not take Miles as opposed to some of these other boxes where it was just like it was a cool idea, but we're gonna stick with the old leader.
So let's go over Miles' tactics cards. He's got 2 that apply to him. The first is Brief Reprieve. It's a Web Warriors active card. Ultimate Spider-Man and any number of other allied characters can spend a power each to play the card. Each character that plays this card may remove one special condition or one damage. Then each character that played the card has an activated token on it may gain one power. The other card that mentions Miles is Spider-Men. It's unaffiliated active. During Miles Morales' or Peter Parker's activation, they may each spend 2 power to play this card. The active character chooses another allied Miles Morales or Peter Parker within 3 and places the chosen character within 2 of the active character. Then the chosen character may make an attack with a power cost of 0. Alex, what do we think of these 2 cards for 1 for Ultimate Miles and 2 for any Miles?
I really like both of these cards. I think Spider-Man is better, strictly just due to the fact that it is alter ego based and free attack, always great. And that place is so fucking good. It, like David and I talked about it last week. I think we did the math. It's like a range 5 place. It's so fucking good. Possibly
Yeah,
better than a range 5 place if you do it with ASM.
and on a webbed up turn, that seems like it would be a really good, really fun to get an extra attack.
Oh yeah, really fucking good. The one with Ultimate Spider-Man, I wish it was just Miles that could play that card.
Oof.
That'd be really good. Being able to remove a condition, fucking awesome. Especially if there's a bunch of staggers or
Yep.
like roots and poisons. And then possibly getting a power back on top of it. Super nice.
So, taking everything as a whole, David, what do you think Ultimate's place at the table is, or what do you think of it? What would his role be getting put on the table in a Web Warriors roster?
I mean, in a Web Warriors specific roster, man, I really, really like Ultimate Spider-Man. It's such a shame that he shares the alter ego with Miles, but I think he's really good. Like, I think both of his tactics cards are really good. I think the remove conditions is sneakily pretty good because there's a lot of affiliations that are trying to actively put conditions on you now with like Apocalypse and stuff. And I think that becomes like a no-brainer that, hey, like Miles, you're like probably less likely to take 3-threat Miles versus APOC because he can get, like smoked by him, as opposed to you could take 4-threat Miles and you have this card that can remove conditions and you're not going to get smoked by Apocalypse. Not to mention the fact that he's not going to be your leader either. So I think there are going to be situations where Ultimate Spider-Man is going to be really good. I like the idea of running Ultimate Spider-Man, Silk, and ASM together as a core for ASM's leadership. Because, I mean, like, being able to, like, place up, swinging strike somebody, slow them, pull them towards you, then trigger Silk's trap and have Silk move. Like, it's just, like, a lot of crazy things you can do here. I like the fact that, I mean, like, 7 dice on a 4-threat is pretty good. Especially since it's a builder. Like, I mean, there could be activations where he just places up, swinging strikes you, maybe he spikes, and now he's like electric arcing into people. Like, it could be pretty good.
JP, any kind of broader thoughts on Ultimate Spider-Man with his tactics cards?
Well, the one is just a better weak kicks, right? Weak kicks was kind of a niche thing, but Web still ran it. So this is just better kicks as long as you're running Ultimate, because you can remove other conditions that aren't slow, which is very good. The other one is cool too. Like, obviously it requires you to put both of those characters on the table, but I don't see a web game where both of those characters aren't on the table. So, yeah, I think they're both good cards.
Well, and the other thing about that Spider-Man card is like it's either of the Parkers and either of the Mileses. So like you're right. You're probably gonna play them at some point, like together. Like
I mean, they're gonna be on the table together. Let's be honest. Now, I don't know if the attack is worth it just by itself. Like historically, Taxis cards have been really good if they give you just a free attack, but we're talking about an attack off of a Web Warrior that's like 4 or 5 dice. I guess it's like optimal if you use Miles's because he has the chance to roll the wild for the slow and the push, which is good. Or like you guys were saying earlier, to stack it with the all webbed up activation, so you get 3 attacks into a webbed up target is always good. Being able to like relocate a character can be good, but it could be bad too. Like I really want the attack, but I don't want to take my guy off the point. So there'll be times when it'll be kind of like a double-edged sword, where sometimes you'll use it for the movement and the attack, and sometimes you'll have to actually debate whether you want to displace your guy for the free attack, and it'll be more of like a cost-benefit analysis.
Well, and I don't hate doing this with Spectacular Spider-Man and his like impact web, right? Like if you're trying to push somebody, I mean, I know you're like hoping for a wild, but like still,
Oh, that's fair.
To, like
Impact web, yeah.
Move an impact web at range 4 and give Peter a power that he would not have been able to get, right? Since his kid is already so power starved, it might set the chain so that he can like throw somebody now.
Possibly. I mean, he does like power, and they did make him so that he was very boxed in with his kit for his power gem. So
I also like this during if you bring Masked Menace, because then you can like double down on it with a Parker or a Miles on the power.
You double down. Say that again with Mass Menace.
Yeah, Mass Menace, because Mass Menace has the ability that's like when you make an attack, you gain a power if you do a damage. So like Spectacular could like just punch somebody and then he could potentially generate 2 power.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. I'm following you. Yeah. I guess it could charge them up like quicker for sure. But I guess we don't in our local meta we don't see webs too often. My question is, are webs running Masked Menace? Because last time I checked, I don't know if it was like an auto, because like if you're running Masked Menace and then you're running this card, that's 2 already. Then you're probably running Brace and Fallback and Webbed Up. So then you're like full.
Yeah, it does get a little tight. I will say in the Web Warriors.
Oh, and Spider Tracker. I forgot about Spider Tracker.
Spider Tracker is really good too. Silk can gain a power. Like if you move towards Silk, she gains a power. Then she can tracker you. Man, I didn't even think about that.
If they have the slow, yeah.
Yeah, and she could trap them too. That's pretty good.
She could get extra far with Tracker.
Yeah, she could. I think people are playing it. I've seen because I'm in the Web Warrior Discord, like the main one. So I've seen people talking about it, like it. And I think, I mean, I dabble webs here and there. I think Mass Menace is probably something you take in your 10. I think you have to consider when you're going to need it.
I mean, you probably take it in your 10 just because you're kind of just... The tactics cards you're jamming are like... You're probably jamming like 4 tactics cards a game. Always. Unless your opponent has a ton of ways to neuter your Spider Tracker. like just places or something where they don't like if they have like pseudo charge, but it's not actually a move action, so it like completely gets around it. You might think about leaving it at home, but generally you're taking those 4 cards and then like whatever fifth one that you're wanting. I think at least last time I checked, that was kind of the general consensus, and it makes sense because all 4 of those cards are very powerful.
Yeah, they are really good. You could make you could make a case for maybe not bringing Brace in some circumstances, right? Especially with all the Web Warrior Spider Sense giving rerolls on dodges.
Yeah, possibly. Brace is so good though.
It is really good.
It's like always useful in the game. Even if they throw your character who has 1 health left into a building, it's just like, I brace? It's just such a good card. And the floor is so low. You can figure out so many times to use it in a game.
Yeah, and it's so power efficient too.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of these new characters have a leadership, but we do have a card that's sort of a leadership and sort of not a leadership. It is Web of the Spider-Verse. It is a Web Warriors reactive. After deployment, an allied Web Warriors character may play this card. When this card is played, set it near the battlefield instead of discarding it. While your squad does not have an active leadership ability, allied Web Warriors characters gain the Into the Spider-Verse superpower, which is when this character attacks, defends, or dodges after the effect is resolved. If the roll contained 1 or more skull results, the character may place itself within 1 of its current position. So, is this card good, David?
I have very mixed feelings about this card. I think the effect is amazing. Let me say, because, Convocation, it's basically a better version of the Convocation bump with more stipulations on how you get it. The fact that it's not once a turn is kind of crazy. The problem I have with this is you're like banking on rolling skulls, and a bunch of the new webs can modify skulls with their defense rolls, so it's kind of like,
well,
there's going to be times where you are going to like keep a skull in your roll because you want the place, and that may result in you taking extra damage.
Well,
which
I was going to
could be good, could be bad. Go ahead.
I was going to ask that because the way it's written, it said if the roll contained 1 or more skull results. So does that mean if you had a skull but you re-rolled it, it still at one point contained the skull? So do you get the leadership trigger?
No, because it makes the check at the end of the it makes a check when you do the calculate successes. The skull would have to be there.
Okay.
Because it says contained. Like once you modify it out of the skull, it's no longer a skull. So then the roll can't contain a skull.
Okay.
So
it's kind of counter synergetic to a lot of the either Miles' leadership or a lot of their powers.
Well, and you're not going to have Miles' leadership with it, right? Because you can't.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Miles' leadership.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of dysynergy with the new, with 2099 and Silk and Ultimate. I think this card is neat. There could be, I guess, if you wanted to try to play more fighty webs, like you could do something that's like 2099, Ultimate Spider-Man, and maybe like an Agent Venom or somebody else that's a little bit more fighty, like a Gwenom. Like the ability to get attacked, roll a skull, place closer, and clap back with like Gwenom or Venom. That sounds pretty good. I just don't like the fact that you're like, it's contingent on rolling a skull, because there's going to be times where you're like, if I roll a skull here, this is going to be great. And if I don't, then I'm just like shit out of luck, right?
JP, what do you think about Web of the Spider-Verse?
David had my exact thoughts on this card, so I'm not going to repeat him. I will add that it costs a tactics card, which goes back to what I was just talking about a few minutes ago. Like, you're already probably running 4 tactics cards. It's like, fuck you, I'm your 5th. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I'll talk a little bit more about it. So, they've been like kind of baiting us, like, hey, don't take Miles, just take all these guys who have kind of like parts of Miles' leadership on them already. You don't need him, and you could play like the other Miles that way. And oh, here's a new tactics card, like kind of a leadership if you don't take a leader, but it has like terrible synergy with all these other characters. So then it was like, what the fuck are you guys trying to actually get us to play? I'm confused. Are you trying to get us to play ASM? That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like they're like, play ASM, play all the new characters, and try to beat people up in like a brawly, like, because like the new webs completely dropped all their scenario play as far as extracts, right? Like there's still displacement and things for secures, whatever, but like all their extract scenario play is gone, and that's like super fucking powerful. That's like huge in this game. And what do we get in return? We get more fighty webs, and what are the advantages of playing webs who are fighty instead of a different affiliation that's fighty? Well, they're a little faster. They have like long move on a lot of their characters. Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, and I do like the fact that you don't have to choose a specific leader. So, like, if somebody dies, you're not out of the quote unquote leadership.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like the randomness of rolling skulls. Like, if this was damage, if they take damage or deal damage, they get to place one. That's a whole different conversation. But just I just don't see. You're banking on something that like there's so much RNG behind it, right?
Any thoughts on Web the Spider-Verse?
I do like that you can use it for like Gwen and Gwenum, right? Where you could like punch somebody, roll a skull, place them, get the ability to move, and then you can start the chain with those two, but I mean,
deep water of the Rube Goldberg Lake right now.
Yeah, I mean, like rolling a skull on a 4 dice builder with Gwen is not great. Like, you're like, oh, I move up, I punch you. Cool. I guess I could place. I just don't know.
I mean, also, like, Gwenum has kind of been unanimously voted as a steaming pile of dog shit by the Greater Webs community anyway. So
yeah,
I don't think building something around her is good. I mean, if you want to have fun, sure, but I don't know how much fun you're going to have with that, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. And Miles' leadership is just so fucking good. Like, I just can't see a world where you would take this over Miles' leadership. It just doesn't.
But then you can't play new Miles. So then you're playing
play ASM, right?
Then you're playing ASM. That's where AMG wants to go. I'm telling you, man. They want us to play ASM with these new guys and figure out if long-moving brawly guys are better than like slower-moving, more brawly guys. Because there's like plenty of affiliations that like way fucking hard than these guys. So I'm trying to I'm really curious. I feel like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say it because I could be completely wrong and they could be busted. But I feel like it's kind of it's a cool experiment, but I feel like it's gonna ultimately fail because like I don't know. Like, if you can't punch as hard as the opponent, like, I don't know what moving long is gonna do. Like, you're just lessening. You're going more narrow, and you're lessening your extract play to be able to punch, but you still can't punch as hard as the other punchy people. So I don't know. When would Webs want to pivot to punchy? Like, is it when? I don't know. I feel like Webs are pretty good at doing the thing, and I don't know how good they're going to be at being brawlers. Except for the webbed upturn, obviously, is insane, but
yeah, I I'm with you. I don't know if maybe it's just like neat avenues to play. I mean, I do quite like ASM on like a pay to flip. So maybe there's a world where you're using ASM's leadership with Miles and Silk on a pay to flip and just like displacing people off of a pay to flip and then flipping it, which could be good, but I don't know.
Alex, any thoughts on Web of Spider-Verse?
I like it. I'm gonna play it. I just want to play it because I think it's super cool. Do I think it's good? Probably not. Is it worth not playing a leadership? Probably not. Is it worth putting it in your back pocket just in case you lose your leader, taking up your 5th tactic spot? Definitely not. But am I going to play it at least once? You bet your damn ass I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it with Moon Knight, Daredevil, Black Cat, Gwenom, and Venom. Take that, Spider-Verse. Not a single
Officially-
I will
spider.
say, I think
Officially
that the
referred to as
characters.
That's some fucking Logan energy right there.
Officially referred to as the they're Web Warriors list.
Yup.
So I will say on the Moon Knight topic, I think Moon Knight, like if he attacks 4 times, there's probably a pretty good chance he rolls a skull. So like these characters that have like ability to multiple attack characters might be able to do some really like stupid things with places. Like
But like,
AV's
what the fuck? What's Moon Knight doing? He's like sitting on a point throwing shurikens at people, right? Like, okay, he gets to place 1, and then what's he like? What does that get him?
So I was thinking about Agent Venom's beam with this card, right? So you could, in theory, beam somebody. If you roll a skull, you could place to get more people in 2 to do the whip, which is kind of interesting. But again, you're banking on rolling a skull. But it could be cool.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like if you roll the skull and you get to do it, you're like, yeah, this is cool. And then if you don't, you're like, well, all right, I guess I didn't do the thing.
It's a smaller Rube Goldberg model. I'll give you that.
It's every time you're rolling dice. So you're in your own activation, you're probably gonna, you're rolling at least twice, and maybe if you're doing something else more. So you do have a lot of opportunities to roll skulls.
So, okay, I think we have to really analyze like what value the bump has, right? I think if we sit here and actually think about it, getting the bump on an attack is way less good than getting a bump on a defense, right?
Agreed.
Getting a bump on defense can get us outside of range of a second attack. It can get us into cover. Usually when we're attacking, we're like kind of in a spot where we already want to be, and like bumping is not going to be that beneficial. So, like the defense is way better, and we're re-rolling the defense, and we can re-roll the skulls. So like the synergy is just not there for me.
So we've exhausted all our webs, but we have not exhausted all the characters that are in the box. We also have the one character in the box that has multiple affiliations, and that is Prowler. Prowler is a 4 physical, 4 energy, 3 mystic. Has 6 health on the front, 6 on the back. Size 2, he's a 4 threat, and he moves long. David, what do we think of Prowler's stats?
I mean, he's 4/4/3 with 6 health and a long mover. He is a 4 threat, but I mean, that's pretty good. I don't. It's not like it's not a terrible stat line. There are definitely worse 4 threats. So I think that's good. Other than that, it's not like anything like spectacular or anything that would like jump out at you.
He is Cabal and Spider Foes.
Criminal Syndicate.
Oh, did I miss Criminal Syndicate?
I don't think he's Cabal.
Or no, you're right. You're right. I was reading. You're right. I was reading the page wrong. Yeah, it's Criminal Syndicate and Spider Foes. Thank you, Alex. He has 3 attacks. First is his builder. It's a physical attack, Prowler Gauntlet Strike. Range 2, 5 dice. Power equal to damage dealt. On a wild, he pierces. Change a defender's crit, wild, or shield to a blank. Also on a wild, he gets suppressive. Before damage is dealt, for each wild in the attack roll, the defender loses a power. Second attack is Covert Ornament. It's an energy attack. It's a gainer. Range 4, 4 dice. Get a power, and the defender cannot modify its defense dice during the attack. Spender is also energy. Nothing personal, just business. Range 3, 8 dice, 4 power. After the attack is resolved, this character may advance medium. On a wild, he gets a throw. Before damage is dealt, if the defender is size 3 or less, this character may throw it short. JP, what do we think of Prowler's attack suite?
It's pretty good. Like 5 dice physical isn't amazing, especially for a 4. It is a builder though, and it has Pierce. So, I mean, when I'm looking at Pierce, I generally value it as basically 2 extra dice if you can hit the trigger. Just because it usually results in 1 success, and you typically have to roll 2 dice for an average of 1 success. So, I think Pierce is really good. Suppress, like having a double wild trigger is just always really good. Like it's better than having 1. Always two's better than 1. And suppressive isn't like the most impressive trigger, but it's still good. Like taking away power, it's like half sap. It's like sap's kind of stupid younger brother.
Well, and when it's like a bonus off of something else you're already getting.
I guess it is before damage is dealt. Is sap before damage is dealt? I can't remember.
Yeah, sap is before damage.
Okay, so it literally is like half sap. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like breaking a mold or anything. It's not like above. I guess it's slightly above Pierce and stuff, but it's not. It was physical. I don't know. It's fine. The 4 dice or the 4 dice range 4 is fine. Like you'll use it if someone's in cover, maybe that's far away. You're just trying to build some power to charge or something. It'll get used. It's fine. It's not amazing, but it's utility for his kit. It gives him like a range 4, something to do at range 4 as well. His spinner is actually really good. It has a medium advance on it, auto, which is super good, and 8 dice with a wild throw, omnidirectional on size 3 is really good. Yeah, his attack suite's solid. I think his spender's probably the best thing. I think his builder's fine too. I wish it was energy though. That physical is kind of a bummer.
So Prowler has 4 superpowers. His active is charge, costs 2 power. He immediately makes it's an action. Immediately makes a move action followed by an attack action used once per turn. His reactive is you're right, I can do better. Costs 2 power. When this character attacks during the modified dice step, it may use the superpower. The character may reroll all of its attack dice, including skull results. And then 2 and 8s, custom designed burglar gadgets. The first time this character interacts with an objective each turn, after the effect is resolved, the character gets a power. And then he has stealth and wall crawler. Alex, what do we think of Prowler's superpower suite?
Fuck yes. These superpowers are awesome. Charge with a long move. Fucking tits.
And
being
wall
able to
crawler.
Yeah, and wall crawler on top of that, yeah. Stealth, that's nice. Stealth is nice. It's never bad. But the refund power when you interact with an objective, so good. It makes him online round 2, period. And depending on who he's under, he could be online round 1 still.
First class for Spider Foes, baby!
Well, it's not quite as good as first class, right? Because you have to have a power to spend.
Right, but
Right.
if you're doing it on turn 1, by definition, you're going to.
That's
yeah,
fair.
but if you fed him power and he charged,
Yes,
you wouldn't have the power to interact if you didn't do damage.
that's true. That's true. Anything else on his superpowers, Alex?
The reactive to reroll attack dice. I mean, it's fine. I think it's better than not having it, but he's not going to use it very often.
Prowler also has a tactics card, High Tech Heist. He got 2 options for it. It's unaffiliated. He can use it as an active card during Prowler's activation when he rolls dice when interacting with a secure objective. He may spend 1 to play this card. He may change any number of dice results in the dice roll to any result. And then he has a reactive. When another character within 2 of an allied Prowler would drop an asset or civilian token, Prowler may spend 1 power to play this card, place 1 asset or civilian token that would be dropped by that character on Prowler. Prowler is now holding that token. This card does not allow Prowler to hold more tokens than the crisis specifies. David, is this card good?
All the pay to flips are not. Oh, never mind. They're assets or civilians. Never mind. So I think that this card is really good. Like being able, so on a pay to flip, right? Like if he's able to interact with 3 of these things, I mean, his ability to just go, nope, this is gonna be my point. Nope, this is gonna be my point. And it doesn't matter. He can just I mean, think about how hard it is, how many times you're playing meteors and you need to roll 2 successes to flip the point, right? He can just say, nope, I'm going to take it anyway.
And it's during his activation, so it's not just a one-off. It's throughout his whole activation.
So he could he's got a long mover, he's got charge. He could theoretically interact with 1 point.
Wait, I think there's. I don't know if it works like that, guys. Maybe I'm
What are
wrong.
you talking about?
It says during Prowler's activation, when he rolls dice while interacting with a secure objective, he may spend 1 power to play this card. He may change any number of dice in the dice any result.
Yeah, you're right. It is only
one. It is only a one-off. You're right.
Even still, though, being able to just auto guarantee you're going to get a point is still really good.
Yep.
In the pay to flip scenario, if you have last activation with Prowler and you're just able to auto flip something, it's basically gives you two VPs.
Yep.
Well, and the other thing too is you don't have to. So going by that, if you get the desired result, you don't have to use this card.
Right.
So you could just save it, obviously.
That's true.
So you could just be like, oh, I need to get 2 successes to get this. I'm gonna roll it. Oh, I didn't get the 2 successes. Well, now I'm going to, which is good.
I don't think that the card stands on just that part of the card.
No, definitely not.
I think the duality of the card gives it way more play because I don't see people clamoring to play. What's his face? Black Panther 3 for pay to flips, even though or Heimdall or whatever. Even though they're very, very good on pay to flip, reroll pay to flip dice.
Yeah, but a reroll is not as good as just getting it.
It's not,
Yeah.
but it's all. If you're playing on a pay to flip map, you have that character on the table all game until they get deleted, right? So you have access to the superpower more than once. And this takes a tactics card slot. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying just having this on the card and that being the end of it, I don't think it's very good. But having the 2 options, I could see maybe more of a consideration for this card.
Well, and the other thing too is it becomes mission objective, which is the card that they rotated, and it's a cheaper mission objective, right? Because mission objective was 2 power, right?
That's true. It is cheaper. I think mission objective's strength was kind of being a team-wide card, though.
Yeah, that's true. But just having this,
It's
think
good for sure. I feel like it's kind of like two kind of niche scenarios, and like having both of them on there makes it more of a chance during the game that one of these scenarios actually happens. Card for like a good impact on the game. Like having one of these effects on the card, like you might not even play the card during the game, but having both just increases the likelihood of the card actually getting mileage.
Well, and it's also, I mean, he's a spider foe, right? And the spider foes already have like a bunch of cards that they can use on extracts. So like maybe it's worth doubling down on this because you've already got, robbery, and you've got strategic retreat, and technically sinister traps, right? You could be trying to do this.
That's funny. I thought you were going to say spider foes already have a glut of 4 threats.
That is the problem. They have a glut of 4 threats. And it's like, I don't know. Like, and I do like the fact that this card can stop Rhino's card, ironically.
I mean, it's funny that Prowler kind of like clowns on the whole Spider Foes box by being a long mover. Like, he's the first long mover, and like he wasn't in the Spider Foes box at all. Like, what? That was such a miss. Like, why the fuck was Vulture not a long mover? It's so stupid.
Yeah, no, right?
Small base long mover.
You have a 3 threat with a safe grab like that?
No. Small base long mover.
Oh, well, if you made him no. I'm talking Vulture.
No, I'm saying you change his base size to small and make him a long.
Oh,
like
okay.
That should have been what he was. Like, if Sam is a long mover, Vulture should be a long mover. What are we doing here?
No, you're not wrong.
All right. Well, let's just kind of do a wrap up. What do we think of both of these new boxes? What kind of overall thoughts on how the boxes are going to fit in and how we're going to see changes in the game as a result? David, what do you think?
Wow, that's a really fucking loaded question.
Again, that's what I'm here for.
It's definitely going to remains to be seen. Like, it's going to be up to the community to decide what they're going to play with and what they're going to do. I'm sure some people will come up with some fucking ridiculous things with trying to use that Spider-Verse card. I like 2099. I think Ham is good. I think Silk is really good. I think Ultimate Spider-Man is really good. He just competes with 3 threat Miles, but not really. I don't know. And it's just so hard to beat 3 threat Miles, man. He's so fucking good. That dude is stupid. I like the tactics cards for the most part. I think Noir is kind of a miss, though, for me at least. As much as I really wanted Noir to be good, because I really actually like Noir as a character. I don't know. That's pretty much all I got.
Hey, Pete, what do you think?
I mean, I'll be the first to admit that when we did the Asgard box review, I did not think they were gonna impact the meta the way they did. So, like, this super hot takes here, and I guess I'm gonna temper my my thoughts on it. I guess I think we'll see Spider Ham in webs, maybe splashed. Like, he's a 2. 2s get splashed. I don't think he's like, he's probably like a B tier 2. I don't think he's broke or insane or anything, but he's fine. He does things like we talked earlier. I mean, he does some kind of unique things, and he's good. And he's affiliated too. As far as Noir, I like, you guys know my thoughts on Noir. Kind of a miss. The 4s, the 2 4s, David kind of touched on that. With Miles being same ego, I don't know. There's definitely friction there. It's gonna require webs to completely change up the formula, and I just don't know. I don't know if the new formula is gonna work. It might. Like, I mean, I don't know. They're fast. They're fast and brawly. Is that good? I don't know. Prowler. Prowler's weird because he's a foe. Foes to have a ton of 4 threats. You're already starting with a 4 threat leader in Rhino, probably. Is he good enough to be a third 4? Like, foes don't have problems with good 4s. They have problems with good 3s. Like, their 3s kind of suck. Prowler's a 3, and like, he was appropriately statted for a 3. Like, he would definitely get used. As a 4, I don't know. I think the verdict's still out. I would bat an eye if someone put him on the table, but there's so many options for 4s. It's like, I don't think he's like fundamentally giving them like a huge tool to use. And then Crimson, like, I don't know. My thoughts on Crimson are kind of like Kingpin or bust, so I don't really like him in Kingpin. I guess he's fine under MODOK and Shadowlands. I'm just not a big fan of those leaders. I'd rather just play something else that punches rather than those. So I don't know. Prowler, I think he's decent. Like, he's not bad, but the game's at a point where there's so many characters out. It's just hard for new characters to like carve a niche unless they're just fundamentally like over, like they're pushed, you know, they're like overstated or something, or they just have something on their card that's just like stupid. And I don't know if any of these characters do. So I guess we'll have to see. I think most of them are solid. And the other thing with the webs is like they don't really run 4s, and we have 2 new 4s that seem good, but webs have pretty much like traded out an affiliate, like just a busted 4, right? They'll run Bill or Shang or something. Like, are these 4s good enough to push Shang-Chi out? I don't know. Maybe in a world where we get some like some character redesigns, or maybe new crises might change things, but right now I don't know. You'd be hard pressed to convince me that these guys are just like the new way to play webs. But time will tell, though. People will figure it out. I have my reservations, though.
Alex, any overarching thoughts about how these boxes will affect how the game's gonna look?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have a lot of fucking fun with them. I've been waiting 4 years to bust out Web Warriors again. This is my time. I got my Miguel. I'm going deep as a motherfucker with these.
I'm just excited for Spider-Ham, quite honestly.
Alex pants have been a little tighter in the front since the spoilers on the webs.
They have been. They really
Dude's walking around like half-mast all day.
Starting to swell up.
Thinking about a Spider-Ham.
I will say, I think Ultimate Spider-Man might get splash places. I think he's good enough.
Maybe, like, we could go hold it. Well, I'm not gonna get into it.
Let's put a pin. We've gone for a while. Let's put a pin in that. Webheads, what do you think? Which of these characters are you most looking forward to play? How do you think this is gonna change things? What kind of lists are you thinking about putting together? Let us know. We'd love to see it. Put it. You can email it to us at wittybantercast@gmail.com. You can find us on all the socials at wittybantercast. And don't forget, patreon.com/wittybantercast. Not only can you support us for as little as $1 a month, but you can get an entry into the giveaway for these boxes, which we'll be running next time. So we are looking forward to that. Until next time, webheads, be good.